You ever wonder how fighters like Khabib and Khamzat turn elite fighters into ragdolls? It ain't magic. It's not genetics. It's a system. And once you understand it, you can start breaking your opponents the same way. I'm going to give you the full blueprint with all the details that make it unstoppable. Let's go. First, we have an overall strategy. Here's the simple formula. Number 1, we trap a limb and force them to free it before escaping. This is things like the Dagestani handcuff, the leg clamp, or leg rides. Number 2 is to strike while they're trapped with heavy, damaging shots. And number 3, as soon as we start losing control, re-secure. Never lose top position and never give an inch. In addition to the overall strategy, we've got what I'm going to call 7 golden rules. Number 1, whenever possible, we want to get our opponent up against the cage. By doing this, we limit their options for movement and basically kill their ability to scramble. Hey, if you're getting value from this, do me a massive favor. Take 2 seconds, drop below the video and hit that thumbs up and subscribe. It's hands down the best way to support the channel and it'll make sure you don't miss my next video. All right, let's get back to it. Number 2, make them carry you. We want the opponent carrying as much of our weight as possible for as much time as possible using the weakest muscles possible. Meaning we want our full body weight to be carried by their upper body. Number 3, control first, strike second. If you feel the control slipping, stop whatever you're doing and reestablish control first. Number 4, we want to constantly try to break their posture. Trap limbs, drive them over trapped post, and this will shut down their ability to escape. Number 5 is recognize we've got 2 goals for striking from top position. We're either setting up control or we're striking to cause damage. We're already in top position. We're not worried about scoring points. Number 6 is we want to prioritize submissions that are low risk for positional loss. So for example, from side control, we'd prefer a Kimura over an armbar where we'd potentially go to our back and have the opponent come up on top. And number 7 is realizing that we're using our whole body to control the opponent. It's not just about clamping down on a body lock and controlling the guy from the back. We have to be able to use our head as a pressure tool, our hips, our knees, our feet. Don't make it your upper body versus his whole body. You'll burn out and you'll lose that every time. All right, so we've got 2 general scenarios for the top position. One where we got the opponent against the cage and one where we're in the center of the cage. We'll start by covering when the opponent's against the cage. Once we get the takedown, our opponent's either going to be facing us or facing away from us. If they're facing us or on their back, we can use the leg clamp. This is a technique Khabib made famous. The opponent's legs need to be straight first, so we can either do this straight off the takedown or slide down from a low mount like you see Khabib do here. We figure 4 our legs around the opponent's legs at or below their knees and sit down on it hard. This is essentially a stall position, but it frees up our hands to strike the head while our opponent frames and tries to free the legs. If the opponent's able to get to their back and begin getting hooks in, our goal is to carefully work towards side control or knee on belly while continuing to do damage. I say carefully because again, our primary goal is to maintain top position. Check here how McGregor's able to get a butterfly hook in from half guard. Khabib actually switches his hips here, giving him a post with the outside leg. I don't care how strong you are, you're not elevating that. Now, best case scenario is if they try to turn away from us to stand up. Time to smash. Immediately lock your hands around their body and come out front, dropping your hips low. I want you to think about trying to float your feet slightly off the mat if possible. Again, this is going to make sure they're carrying as much of our weight as possible. If we keep driving forward and sagging our weight, eventually they're going to have to post a hand. That's when we trap the post and arm and feed it to inside wrist control. From there, we flow into 2 main rides. The Iowa ride, where we hook their near ankle with our inside leg, sitting down hard on the ankle to secure it. Like the leg clamp, this is more of a stall and strike position. The second is a parallel leg ride where we're going to throw our outside hook in on their inside leg. The key is to keep the free knee behind the opponent at all times. This is going to allow us to track their movement when they turn, keep a wedge between them and the cage, and prevent them from rotating in. It's from here that we can take inside wrist control position on the far side, and that is a position called the Dagestani handcuff. You can see here, Khabib uses this position to maul Michael Johnson. Every time Johnson starts to free the wrist, Khabib goes 2 hands on the wrist, pulls it back to Michael's hip, and then starts striking again. One thing to keep in mind is by knowing how our opponent's likely going to react to our pressure, we can set up either one of these two entries. For example, by driving your opponent forward and down, and then taking the Iowa position by hooking the ankle when they start to recover their weight back on their hips. Or if the opponent's posting hard to prevent being driven forward, they're open for the suck back. If they step a leg back to try and stop that, they just opened up for the parallel leg ride. All right, the second scenario is if we're in the center of the cage. There's no cage to help us here. If the opponent's on their back, we're gonna stay heavy, stay technical. Remember, we're working towards side control again, but don't rush and risk creating space for the opponent to escape. From side control, the crucifix is a great option. It ties up the opponent's arms and frees us up to drop hard shots to the head. As we talked about earlier, it also creates a dynamic where they have to expend much more energy to escape than we do to reestablish position. All right, so we've got two scenarios here. The opponent can turn into us or they can turn away from us. If they turn into us, they're gonna have to base up, which almost always means posting on the far elbow. That's gonna create a gap for us to shoot the inside wrist control on the far side. We can then throw in the near side hook and boom, we're in the Dagestani handcuff position again. If they're able to scramble up to their knees and face us, the goal is to immediately secure a front headlock and start moving into chokes. Given our principle of focusing on submissions that carry the lowest risk of positional loss if they fail, the Darce and the Anaconda are our best options. All right, so what if they turn away from us? We take the back, hooks in, wrist control. From there, we can either flatten them out by hipping into their lower back and extending the legs, or if they go belly up, we can start trapping hands and looking for the choke. All right, so there's one major position we haven't covered yet, and that is the closed guard. Just like the other positions we covered, here we also prefer to be against the cage to limit movement, but our strategy is pretty much gonna be the same regardless. First off, we're not playing the top BJJ game. We wanna punish our opponent from this position. The bicep control position Khabib has here is crucial to help shut down the opponent's offense. We wanna start sneaking in hard strikes here, both to the body and the head. A lot of people throw these little piddly ass punches from the guard. The opponent has a lot more opportunity to think about setting up submissions or escapes if we're not a threat. Compare that with this clip of Fedor, who in my opinion has the best ground and pound in the history of the sport. Khabib's striking from top is very similar, coming off his knees to turn his full hip and shoulder into the strikes just like you would while standing. When we break guard, we can stand and begin to drop even harder shots from the open guard by dropping our body weight into them. This gives the opponent three main options. One, re-engage in grappling, most likely by hooking a leg where we can start passing to side control. Two, turn away and try to stand up. Or three, stay there and keep beating strikes. It's a win-win either way. We're not getting stuck in the guard and every option is a trap. All right, this system, it's a lot, I know, but champions thrive off these little details. Most people watch a video, feel inspired, and go right back to the same shit they were doing before. But you are not most people. You are not average. You're still here. And now you've got a full map to build one of the most feared top games in all combat sports. The only question left is, are you gonna study it, practice it, and master it, or are you just gonna talk about it? Drop a comment below and let me know if you're gonna add this to your arsenal, and then get to work. All right, that's it for this one. If it helped, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. Got a question or something you want me to cover? Drop me a line below. I read every comment. I love hearing from you guys. But for now, good luck training, and I'll see you in the next one.